In the 1920s, the U.S. Mint stopped making the Walking Liberty half dollar for a number of years. What was the reason? Well, they were issuing special 90% silver half dollars, significant themes in U.S. history to fill the void. And tonight we have the first one. It is the 1922 grant. Now tonight we have them in gorgeous uncirculated condition. You can see by looking at it. And the last line in the graphic is important because it's what you're seeing on your screen. It's in the brand new Defender holder. Basically, it's the same size as your NGC, PCGS, ANAX holders. It fits into all the packaging, but it just takes it up a notch and protects the coin, which is the most important part. So the days of the flip and the capsules are still there, but an upgrade with no increase in cost is a wonderful thing for everybody. This particular piece, though, is the 1922 grant. Again, there's a string of years, 22, 25, 26, where the U.S. Mint stopped making the Walking Liberty half dollar to issue special coins. 1922, it was the grant half dollar. They made only 67,405 of them. Think about that. If that was the limited number they would release today, what would happen? But the coin is, again, General of the Union Army and President, 18th President, on the obverse, and his boyhood home on the reverse. They had a History Channel, I might not be giving credit, maybe it was a Paramount special, out not too long ago, short series on President Grant. And I love history. It kind of ties coins with everything that I do. I wrote a thesis when I was at a military high school on, at the time, General Grant was my theme. And it was a wonderful read for flow. Information you just don't know because we push politics into things and we make people think they are and they're not. But when you go back and look at him, he was appointed to West Point. That's where a lot of his story begins, right? He was very proficient. He was the horseman in the class. He could ride a horse like no other person, but when he graduated, and he didn't graduate last in his class like everybody said, he graduated right in the middle. The unique thing is, though, because politics play it, if somebody was a little bit too prominent or too important, they would push them aside in the military. So since he was an excellent horseman, we're obviously going to make him an infantry soldier. And that's what they did, which kind of set him off, which is some of the storylines you'll see if you do some reading on him. But he made his claim to fame in the Spanish-American War, right? That's where he became the horseman, getting messages back and forth between the troops and helping the soldiers, etc. Got his promotions to where during the Civil War, when President Lincoln finally made him the commander of the Union forces, the things started to change, right? Things just started to change. He was a workman's general, right? He wasn't the guy that sat back and said, just let those guys do it. He was the first to lead, the first in, which was his whole history. And then when he became president, whole idea was unification and making things better. So some great storylines on the individual. Like him or hate him, the coin is the significant here. And that is the fact that they made only 67,405. Try finding one today. A 100-year-old specimen, 90% silver half dollar, the same blank that the Walking Liberty was made on, if it would have been made on that year. And yes, his first name was really Ulysses. And the S, Grant, right? The whole story. Here are some things to think about. Talk about low mintages, etc. Remember the 2001 Buffalo? One of the first sellouts by the U.S. Mint ever of a special issue program. They made 500,000 Buffalo silver dollars, half of them Unk, half of them proof-ish, right? And today, can you find any of them for $200? And they made 500,000 of them. And I love that coin. But it goes to the significance of how rare a few of these coins really are. How significantly rare they are. The competition, they have it. They have it in a capsule, so it's protected. And they're at $279.95. Tonight, we have a handful of gorgeous uncirculated specimens in this beautiful Defender holder for only $199. Get the rarity, save the money. It's all about value. It's our middle name here. Guys, I just realized we're down to less than 5. I think We're going to just take a minute and look at this, but I think it's time for us to be moving on.